So hello everyone, good afternoon, welcome back to our session. So here we are discussing all the important questions of the science part, and these questions are the ones which were asked in the examination, and also we'll be discussing those questions which are most expected to be asked. So let's start with the session. So yes, we are here with the series of 1000 plus most important science questions, and it's the day 8th of 15 high yielding NCERT PYQs. So let's start with the session. So let's start with the day 8. What is the first question? According to Snell's law of refraction, what is the ratio of sine of the angle of incidence to the sine of angle of reflection for a given pair of media? We have four options: variable depending on light intensity, a constant value called refractive index, always equal to 0, or is it inverse of the wavelength? So what should be the answer? So guys, according to the Snell's law of refraction, we know the sine angle of incidence to the sine angle of refraction is always constant, right? So according to that, we'll get option number B as the answer. So always remember, sine angle of incidence to the sine angle of refraction. I'm talking about the ratio that always constant. So it's given here. The constant n/1 is the refractive index of the second medium relative to the first medium. Light bends towards the normal when the light is traveling from a rare to a denser medium, but light moves away when it is traveling from denser to the rare medium. That's question number 1. What's next? The next question is, if the net electric charge of 600 coulombs flows through a conductor in 5 minutes, what is the electric current flowing through the circuit? Guys, as we know, now in the SSC examinations, you will be having the sectional timing. Now, since sectional timing will be there, it's there are chances that you'll find the question from the physics section in the form of numericals. So for the questions like these, it feels like we can directly use the formula Q is equal to IT, right? Or we can say I is equal to Q by T, but that is not going to work here. Now, what's the reason behind it? So as you need to focus on these terms, just have a look. It's saying the charge is of 600 coulombs, but it is taking 5 minutes. Now guys, in order to calculate the electric current, we can use this formula. But guys, please check, that's given in minutes. We need to convert it into seconds. If you go with minutes directly, your answer will be wrong. So you cannot go with 600 by 5. That would be wrong. You need to convert the minutes into seconds, and it will be 5 cross 60. Now it's the easy one. So 6 tens are 60 and 5 twos are 10. Right? So what will be the answer? Your answer is there in the option number A. So please remember, these type of questions are important for the examination. Do not pick on the wrong answer, or do not just think that we can directly go with the formula. Okay, so we need to convert. Yes, electric current is measured using an ammeter that is connected in the series. Next, which rule is used to determine the direction of the magnetic field lines around a straight current carrying conductor? So guys, let's say this is the screw and you are tightening the screw here. So you'll use the screwdriver and you'll try to move it, right? So the direction in which this is rotating, that is representing the magnetic field, and in the direction in which it is moving, see this coming down, so this is representing the current. So what is it? So is it Lamech's left hand rule? No. So here the motion of the conductor, the magnetic field and the current, they were mutually perpendicular to each other, and here it is having no linking here. So yes, so we can go with the Maxwell's corkscrew rule, and that is option number C. I guess it is correct. Yeah. So here thumb points the direction of the electric current, curled fingers gives the direction of the concentric magnetic field lines, and the pattern of the magnetic field lines consists of concentric circles. That's it. These are the most repetitive questions. If we just check the PYQs, they all are the questions which were asked previously. Okay, next. If the velocity of a moving body of a mass m is doubled, its kinetic energy increases by a factor of dash. Is it 2 times, 3 times, 8 times, or 4 times? What do you think should be the correct answer? Now, guys, if I talk about the kinetic energy, what is the formula for the same? The formula for the kinetic energy is half mv square. What is it? The formula for the kinetic energy is half mv v square. Okay, so here it's saying what will happen if its velocity is doubled. So if it is doubled, it will be 2v's whole square and it will give you 4 times half mv square. So 4 times, so it is option number D is absolutely correct. So we can go with option number D here, right? Okay, next. Next we have, what is the minimum distance between the obstacle and the source of sound to hear a distinct echo in air at room temperature? And the speed of sound is given 344 meter per second. So what is echo? That is the reflection of the sound. So when the sound wave strikes on the rigid surface, it comes back. So it can be in the case of cliff, you can talk about hills and all. So yes, in all those cases, you'll find the answer as 17.2 meters. That's the minimum distance. Okay, what's the next question? The next question is, yeah, so there are some important points. Human brain retains the sound for 0.1 seconds. Total distance traveled is 2d is equal to v into d, so it's given here, and the minimum distance will be 17.2 meters. Next, so when an aqueous sodium sulfate reacts with aqueous barium chloride, a white precipitate is formed. What is this insoluble precipitate compound? So please give me the answer. What do you think should be the correct answer over here? So guys, let me check the focus by the time. Are you able to see this class clearly? Just give me one single minute. By the time, please try to answer this. Yeah, so that is clearly visible, right? Yeah, please tell me what will be the correct answer in this case. Yeah, what should be the answer, guys? So when aqueous solution, when aqueous sodium sulfate reacts with the aqueous barium chloride, a white precipitate is formed. What is this insoluble precipitate compound? So guys, that will be barium sulfate, right, and sodium chloride. So let us check. So that will be barium sulfate, sorry. So barium sulfate is here. So that's the reaction Na2SO4 plus BaCl2 gives BaSO4 plus 2NaCl. So what is it? Barium sulfate is the correct answer. So barium sulfate and sodium chloride is formed, but in the case, just have a look. Question was asked, a white precipitate is formed. So what is this insoluble white precipitate? So if it will ask what all products are formed, so in that case your answer barium sulfate and sodium chloride will be okay. But in this case the question was asked, what is that white precipitate? So that white precipitate will be barium sulfate. Okay, next. Next question is, what is the correct chemical formula for washing soda that is produced by recrystallization of sodium carbonate? So in this case, sodium bicarbonate cannot be the answer because this is baking soda. So this option is already eliminated. But among us these, you will find Na2CO3, Na2CO3, Na2CO3 everywhere. So these type of questions creates confusion. So do not get confused. You need to remember that's decahydrate. Sodium carbonate decahydrate, that is dot 10H2O. Similarly, you need to remember few more formulas. CaSO4 dot 2H2O. That's the formula for the gypsum. CaSO4 dot half H2O. Hemihydrate. That's the formula for the plaster of Paris. So these questions are repeatedly asked. That's done. Next is the metallurgical process of heating a carbonate ore strongly in the absence or limited supply of air to convert it into the metal oxide is called what? And for the calcination purpose, we go for carbonates, right? And guys, for the roasting, we go with sulfides. So what do you think should be the correct answer in this case? Answer please. So now guys, in the metallurgical process, please remember, in the metallurgical process, if metals are very less reactive, very less reactive, so in this case only heating is possible. By heating only, you can just extract the metals. But if they are moderately reactive, you can either go for calcination or roasting. But in the case of calcination, limited air is required, and in the case of roasting, excess of air is required, right? So roasting is basically for sulfide ores. You must remember this. Roasting is basically for the sulfide ores, and calcination is actually for the carbonators. Understood? Okay, so in this case, it was talking about the heating of the carbonators strongly in the absence or limited supply of air. So obviously the answer will be calcination. That's true. Next. Next one is, what is the general chemical formula for the alkene homologous series containing one carbon double bond? So guys, in the case of hydrocarbons, we know it's alkene, alkene and alkynes. Alkanes, they are the ones with the single bond, right? And what is the general formula? The general formula is CnH2n plus 2. Then we have alkene. Here we have the general formula CnH2n, right? That's with the double bond. And then we have alkyne. Here the general formula is CnH2n, right? Minus 2, and it's with the triple bond. So in this case, the question was asked about alkene. So alkene is CnH2n. CnH2n, that's given here. So that's option number B. I guess this is clear. So please give me the confirmation. Is this part clear, guys? If it is okay, then we can proceed. And if you have any doubts or queries, do not hesitate. Please ask. Okay. So this part is sorted. So I've already told you CnH2n is the correct answer, right? So now we can just proceed further. And here we have already discussed all these things. That alkanes are the ones with the single bond. General formula is here. Alkenes are the ones with the double bond. General formula is again here. And alkynes are with the triple bond. So ane, ene, ine. That's the trick that you can remember. Next. The next question is, what color change is observed when synthetic indicator phenolphthalein is added to a basic solution like sodium hydroxide? So guys, for the case of phenolphthalein, please remember in the acidic medium it remains colorless, but in the basic medium it turns pink. So what is it? In the acidic medium, sorry, yeah, in the case of acidic medium, that remains colorless, but guys, in the basic medium, oh that's right, sorry, that's wrong. Yeah, in the basic medium, that will turn pink. So what is the question? So what color is observed when synthetic indicator phenolphthalein is added to the basic solution like sodium hydroxide? So guys, obviously in the basic medium it turns pink. So what is the answer? The correct answer will be pink. So we can go with option number C, that is pink. So that's important. And in the case of methyl orange, pink color is observed in the case of acidic medium. So these are some of the important questions that is mentioned here also. So in the basic medium it will be pink color, but in the acidic that will be colorless. Next. Which specialized epidermal cells surround stromatal pores and regulate their opening and closing by changing water turbidity? So guys, here the answer will be guard cells. So guard cells are present which opens and closes, and in detailing it is given here. So when guard cells absorb water, they swell and become turgid, bowing outward to open the stromatal pore. When guard cells lose water, they shrink and become flaccid. They cause the pore to close, right? So transpiration creates a transpiration pull for upward water transport. Done. Next. What is the correct pathway of a nerve impulse in a reflex arc during an involuntary rapid response to a hot object stimulus? So let's say I have touched a hot water bottle. If I touch the hot water bottle, what will happen? My fingers won't be able to understand what is it. So here, this is the area that has sensed anything, right? So it will sense and it will take the signals towards my central nervous system. It might be brain, it might be my spinal cord. So from the receptor, My sensory neurons will be one that will be taking the signal towards spinal cord or the central nervous system. Then interneuron will be there. Then from there, motor neurons will take the signal back and tell what is to be done. It is to be dropped, it is to be touched. So receptor, sensory organs, spinal cord, then motor neuron and effector. That's the correct sequence. So as simple as that. Yeah, this question was asked previously in the examination, so that's from your PYQ. Next is, which type of asexual reproduction involves the formation of an outgrowth due to repetitive cell division at one specific site, which is seen in the case of Hydra and yeast? So guys, what is asexual reproduction? So if I talk about the asexual reproduction is the one asexual reproduction is the one in which we can say single parent is involved. In the case of asexual reproduction, single parent is involved, right? So here, will it be binary fission? No. In the case of binary fission, you can take the example of amoeba. Yeah, in the case of budding, what happens? Let's say it's Hydra. So the small babies are developed. When it fully develops, it is separated. So that's the example of budding. So here we can go with option number B. So all the candidates who are going with option number B, you all are correct, right? Perfect. So budding, where bud develops as an outgrowth due to repetitive cell division at one specific site, it detaches from the parent organism upon maturity to become an independent individual. Okay, next. In Gregor Mendel's monohybrid cross experiment on pea plants, what is the phenotypic ratio in the F2 generation? So in the last class I have discussed about this 9:3:3:1, but here that's not the answer. This time the answer will be 3:1. So what is the answer? 3:1 is the correct answer, right? And here the phenotypic ratio into visual appearance, 3 tall, 1 dwarf, that's 3:1. Genotypic ratio, so that will be 1:2:1. And in the last class we have discussed about the dihybrid F2 phenotypic ratio, that was 9:3:3:1, right? Next. Ozone gas, which is present in the stratosphere, absorbs which harmful solar radiation, protecting the life on the earth from skin cancer and cataracts? So what should be the answer in this case? Let me check what's your answer in the comment section. So yeah, this was the simple one. No one is able to answer this part. Okay, so I'll explain, no worries. So guys, in this case, please try to understand. If I talk about ozone, where is it present? So this is the first question. Ozone layer is present in the stratosphere, right? Sorry guys. Now what's the role of ozone? So when the sun energy comes towards the earth, that brings ultraviolet rays along with it. Now these ultraviolet rays, if it will reach earth, it will create issues for us, right? So for that, for keeping us safe and sound, this ozone layer is playing a very crucial role. Its formula is O3. Okay. So when these rays actually come towards us, here what happens? Basically, these rays are trapped, right? Now it's trapped by O3, but because of the use of chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, this ozone layer has been depleted, and there's a ozone hole created at which location? At Antarctica. Not Antarctica, then this ozone hole was created. So obviously, because of this melting of the ice and all those things, melting of the glaciers and all that took place. What is the unit of the width of ozone? That's O3. Okay. So all these things are related. So ozone present in the stratosphere absorbs which harmful solar radiation, protecting life on the earth from the skin cancer and cataracts. So as that will be ultraviolet radiation, that too UVB. What is the answer? UVB will be the correct answer. Okay. So here let's go with the explanation also. So for the ozone formation, high energy UV splits oxygen molecule, that is O2 plus UV gives O plus O, then O plus O2 gives O3. Protection, it absorbs damaging solar UV radiation that we have discussed. It's depleted by the synthetic chemicals like chlorofluorocarbons, which are used in our refrigerators and also in our air conditioners, right? Here, which is a protocol which is linked with it? That's Montreal Protocol. So all these questions are asked in the examination, and that's all from my end. Guys, you can just let me know in the comment section how is the session, and are you taking these PDFs? Please take this PDF either from my Telegram channel, or you can take this PDF from Oliveboard's website as well, right? So in order to join my channel, what you can do? You can just scan this code. I'll just give you the code. 1 second. So that's the QR code of my channel. You can just scan it and you can get the PDF from here. That's the first option. Second option is you can go to the Oliveboard's website, right? And here, guys, one more thing, you can even give tests, topic wise tests are possible. So for this, you can just select SSC, and here in the extreme end, you will find SSC Super Practice, where 1000 plus tests are given, and here we have all the types of tests: level 1, level 2, level 3, previous year paper, most repetitive questions. Even you can go topic wise. All the subjects, quant, reasoning, English, general awareness, computer, everything is present. So let's say you want to give the science test. So in the general awareness section, this is economics, polity, history, geography. Then you have physics. So you can just select any of the random topic. Let's say you want to give the test of gravitation, you can select on it, and you can just click on the take test, and you can start giving the test, and the test will start. So everything is possible. So you can just take that test kit where 1000 plus tests are there, and it will be the best part, because you can even analyze where you are weak, where you are strong, where you need to give more effort. So everything will be cool here. So wherever you are studying, so whether it is book or you have taken any of the batches, whether from the Oliveboard or from anywhere, that is just 70 to 80% of the preparation. For the final preparation, you need to go for the test, so you can take the test from here, right? So that's all from my end, guys. We'll meet in the next class now with the next set of questions. So that's all from my end for the examination. All the very best, guys. So we'll meet tomorrow now sharp at 12. So bye bye, guys. Take care. Jai Hind, and yes, for the examination, all the very best. Please take care, guys. Bye bye.